Hello everybody, welcome to Rising Potential. My name is James, and today we're doing a Halo topic. I have a special guest, Frank Rosati.
What up?
Frank.
Let's do this.
Yeah, Frank Danger Rosati. We're doing a Halo topic today about a possible, if there could be, a Halo 3 ODST 2 or a sequel to the game that came out in 2009 by Bungie. So yeah, how do we want to start this off? Should we just go and say like what we want in a sequel? Why do we want a sequel? What do?
Oh yeah, definitely. The reasons why I want a sequel is because I loved ODST's campaign.
Yeah.
It was such a different feel to it. It had the whole noir feel to it, the whole mystery to it. You had to go around this big open world and try and find these clues to what happened to your squad mates. The whole open world aspect worked out so well with ODST, in my opinion, and it's so sad to see that like I can't do that again. And I would love to see it come back. It would be so nice. And another thing, it would have to be its own game. It could not be Halo 5 ODST. It could not be something like that. It could not just be something branching off. It would have to be its own game. I felt that it was kind of looked over because it was just an add-on to the story instead of just also having a multiplayer with it. The multiplayer to ODST, all it was Firefight. And that got monotonous, it got repetitive, and it got just plain old boring.
For me at least, with ODST, I don't know if it's my favorite Halo game, but it's my favorite soundtrack of all the Halo games. I really loved ODST a lot, and I do agree with a lot of stuff you said, pretty much everything. That I love the noir feel, and I think what ODST really did great with Halo was that even though it was like, what, the 4th or 5th entry into the series, it was completely new because it had that mystery aspect. And one thing that I really loved about the game was where you would go around looking for those audio logs. And you would play the audio logs, and like there was a separate story, like I think it happened a couple of days before the game, and it was great. And I loved the night vision. I loved like the design, the art. It was amazing. I think my only complaint with the game was that it was too short, but I didn't harp on it because I knew it was going to be short because it was like an expansion type of game. I loved Firefight. I actually thought Firefight was incredibly fun. Maybe if I played for it like forever, it'd be boring. But I haven't played Firefight in quite a while. But I like compare it to Halo Reach Firefight. I think Halo 3 ODST's Firefight is a lot more fun. But I think Reach's Firefight is a lot more serious, and it's a great way to level up. But it's kind of boring. I think Reach's Firefight is more boring than ODST's.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have to say that ODST's Firefight was definitely more challenging, especially when you had to do the Vidmaster achievement for it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So ODST sequel. Maybe. Do you think would you like to see a sequel to the game, or would you like to see a different Halo game with new characters but have the same feel as ODST had?
Either way, that would definitely be fine with me if it was a whole different Halo game with like new characters and everything. It's just that it's mostly because I'm big on those open world type games. I've never actually played Fallout 3, but well, that's not entirely true. I played like a little bit of it, and then I had to return it to my friend. But I was really enjoying it when I was playing it because it was so big, so like immense. Same thing with like the old Final Fantasy games. All that. That's what drew me into it. That's why I liked it so much. And I do agree, it was short. I wish it could have been longer, but it could not have been shorter than Halo 4.
Yeah, true. So I would love to see, and I think ODST proved that you can make a Halo game that isn't like a Michael Bay action movie, you know? Like, you can make a noir stealth. And I actually felt like when I was walking in these open worlds, I felt like I was actually progressing, not just walking in an endless space that means nothing to anything. And sure, I couldn't open up all the doors, but I mean, it was just fun to just wander around. And like, of course, the soundtrack added immensely to that. And I think what ODST did really well is that a lot of the missions are incredibly fun, like Coastal Highway, when you're on the highway and you're just driving that tank or the mongoose or the warthogs, and then you have like scarabs in the background, and you see the covenant blasting the city. Little things like that made the level amazing, and made certain levels amazing. Another level is where you're flying the Banshees and you have to destroy the Scarab. It's kind of like a reference to the Halo 2 level where you're flying a Banshee and you have to guide the Phantom into to find the heretic. And ODST was amazing, and oh yeah, and then the beginning of the game where you're in the drop pod, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that sequence, that entire sequence is just like intense, dude.
Yeah, and another thing is I loved how they threw the little Halo 2 Easter egg, where if you look, you can see the frigate, Chief's frigate, the amber clad, about to go into slip space. That was, you know, another nice touch. I really loved ODST, and I really wish, I like Halo Reach, but I really wish that the development team of Reach was the one, or the amount of people that worked on Reach, I wish it was reversed, and I wish the people, those, like that large group, went to ODST and made ODST their final game, you know?
Yeah, I can agree with that, definitely.
But, yeah, I
want to backtrack to what you said about Coastal Highway.
Yeah.
The reason why I love Coastal Highway so much is because it brought me back to Halo 1. It was basically kind of like that same level, just with a whole different spin to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I also like the ending to Halo 3. It's the same exact ending,
yeah,
but they kind of like had to add their own little twists and turns to it. It was more destructive in Halo 3, and then this one, it's not as destructive, but it's more fast-paced,
yeah.
you know? Because you got those little fucking mongooses just driving around everywhere. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love those design levels in Halo. How you're like pretty much, I don't know if it's like a chase scene, but you're just going down this epic path while shit's going down behind you.
Yeah.
In Halo 1, it was you escaping the Pillar of Autumn. Halo 2, I don't think had one, but I thought Halo 2's campaign was fucking amazing, so it didn't need one. And Halo 3 was the exploding on the ring, escaping Halo before it blows up. Halo ODST was Coastal Highway. Halo Reach didn't really have it. It had a little bit of it in the Pillar of Autumn where you have to run away from the Scarabs, but other than that, it was nothing. And and Halo 4, I think with Halo 4, I think their version was when you were driving through the ghosts to escape that exploding area where the Didact came back to life or whatnot. But
yeah, that was like right in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, plus, you know, up to that point, I wasn't liking the campaign, so it didn't really make that part more enjoyable. But
yeah, I think my favorite part in the entire campaign of Halo 4 was flying the short sword or whatever.
Oh yeah, they also had the long sword, so that might also count.
Yeah, because they had that Death Star feel to it. As soon as I got inside, I'm like, back to Halo.
Yeah. So ODST sequel, possibly, maybe following the characters of Buck, Dare, Dutch, Mickey, the Rookie, and Romeo, or Virgil, or new characters. But we loved that type of feel in ODST. We would love to see it again. And how do you think they could expand on it? Like, how do you think they can make it better?
Like I said, people were complaining about well, mostly it was kind of just complaining about how kind of repetitive it was because, let's face it, you add in the campaign and it's just, you go through that, you can only play it so many times before that gets boring.
Yeah.
Then you get Firefight. You can go off into Halo 3's multiplayer, then come back and say, maybe I want to play some Firefight with some friends, let's go do that. But the thing is, if you want to try and stay on ODST for as long as you can, then, you know, it's like, it needs to have its own multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint with that.
I think in terms of Halo games, and probably any game, people don't like getting things taken away from them. Because in Halo Reach, you know, there's no drones in Firefight. There's no engineers. Well, there is, but, you know, not really.
I am fine with no drones, because I got so annoyed with
I love drones.
the drones.
I'm a freaking drone fanboy, but...
I know, but what replaced them in annoyance were the skirmishers, and fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck the skirmishers. Fuck the skirmishers.
So, between skirmishers and drones, give me drones.
Yeah, drones are more fun and they're cool.
Because I could take them out with an SMG or an assault rifle.
Yeah, SMG. Oh, by the way, I love the silenced weapons. Silenced SMG, silenced pistol.
Oh yeah, dude.
Amazing. Amazing.
The scope on the SMG, though kind of not needed, was very awesome to add.
Yeah, and I think that might be something that Halo actually needs. Maybe like weapon customization. I mean, I know people don't want it to be like Call of Duty, but I think ODST did it right. So... yeah,
ODST did do it very well. They did.
Yeah. So I think those are our thoughts, overall thoughts on ODST. I love the game. I would love to see a sequel. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on ODST sequel. If they're going to make one, will they make one? I don't really know. I think right now 343 is mainly focusing on the new trilogy with Master Chief, but who knows? I mean, Halo 5, we can see maybe them returning to Earth, which is where ODST was taking place. So, I don't know. I guess anything's up in the air at this point. But that's pretty much my thoughts. Anything else you want to say?
Nope, I think we pretty much covered it.
Alright, so that was it. That was Frank Rosati and James Clem here talking about ODST, possible sequel, if not another Halo game that's like ODST. Thank you for watching. Frank's channel is in the description, and anything else, all your Halo topics, all this other awesome stuff. Rising Potential. Thank you for watching. See you all later.
Peace.